Neymar Jr. How a footballer built a life with no boundaries. There are athletes who live well, and then there are athletes who design their lives. Neymar Jr. belongs to the second category. His lifestyle isn't loud by accident. It's loud because it was engineered that way. Every decision he's made since his teenage years has pointed toward one outcome: total freedom. Freedom of movement, freedom of time, freedom from limits that apply to everyone else. To understand Neymar's world, you don't start with cars or mansions. You start with leverage. From talent to control. Neymar didn't grow up surrounded by luxury. He grew up surrounded by belief. From a young age, his talent was obvious, but talent alone doesn't build empires. What made Neymar different was how early his career became structured. Contracts, sponsorships, branding, media presence. All of it was handled with long-term thinking while he was still a teenager. By the time he reached Europe, football was no longer his only asset. He was already a brand in motion. That shift, from player to platform, is what unlocked everything that followed. A life designed around movement. Most people live in one place and travel occasionally. Neymar lives everywhere and chooses where to be based on mood, season, and purpose. His homes are not trophies, they are launch points. In Brazil, his properties prioritize space, privacy, and nature. These are environments built for recovery, family, and grounding. Coastal air, open layouts, facilities that allow him to train, relax, and disconnect without leaving home. In global cities, the approach changes. High-rise residences, secure buildings, controlled access. These homes are about efficiency and presence. Places where he can arrive, conduct business, host selectively, and disappear just as easily. Each property serves a role. None of them exist just to be admired. Transportation as power. Neymar's lifestyle makes one thing clear: convenience is the real luxury. Commercial schedules don't work when your time is worth millions per day. Airports, traffic, delays. Those systems are designed for crowds, not individuals operating at the top of global entertainment. So Neymar bypasses them. Private aircraft allow him to travel on his own terms, not just in comfort, but in rhythm. Sleep when needed, recover mid-flight, arrive without disruption. Helicopters eliminate geography altogether. Distance becomes irrelevant when you can lift off vertically. This isn't about showing status. It's about removing friction from life. When friction disappears, everything moves faster. The machines that reflect the man. Neymar's vehicles are often misunderstood. They're not collected for speed alone. They're collected for character. Some represent milestones, moments when success first felt real. Others are symbols of dominance, rarity, or personal identity. A few exist purely because they're absurd, and Neymar enjoys absurdity when it's intentional. The most important detail isn't the price tag, it's the variety. That variety shows range, different moods, different versions of the same person. A reminder that Neymar doesn't live in one lane and never has. Luxury without stillness. Despite the wealth, Neymar's life isn't static. He trains constantly, recovers obsessively, structures his days around physical output. The discipline required to stay competitive at the highest level doesn't disappear just because money arrives. If anything, it intensifies. His environment reflects that mindset. Training spaces that feel closer to professional facilities than home gyms. Nutrition that's planned, not improvised. Recovery that's prioritized as much as performance. This is where many people get it wrong. Neymar doesn't live like a celebrity trying to look athletic. He lives like an athlete who happens to be a celebrity. Image as an asset. Every public figure has an image. Few monetize it like Neymar. Fashion, watches, digital assets, collaborations. These aren't hobbies. They're extensions of his identity, carefully chosen, selectively displayed, and often tied to partnerships that generate long-term value. Even his more controversial or experimental purchases serve a purpose: visibility, cultural relevance, staying part of the conversation beyond football. At this level, relevance is currency, and Neymar understands that attention, when controlled, compounds. Family at the center. For all the excess, Neymar's inner circle remains small and protected. Family isn't an accessory to his life, it's the anchor. His homes are designed around shared space. His travel includes those closest to him. His schedule accounts for personal moments most people never see. This balance is intentional. Fame isolates, wealth amplifies distance. Neymar counters both by keeping his personal world close, familiar, and constant, no matter where he is geographically. Giving without broadcasting. Some of Neymar's most impactful actions happen off camera. Educational programs, community investment, disaster relief, long-term support for young people who started where he did. These efforts rarely match the scale of his lifestyle coverage, but they're consistent, quiet, repeated. That's not accidental. True power doesn't need constant announcement. The Endgame. Neymar's story isn't about excess, it's about options. The ability to wake up in one country, conduct business in another, and end the day somewhere entirely different, all without depending on hotels, schedules, or permissions. The ability to choose when to be visible and when to disappear, to play, to rest, to celebrate, to rebuild. Football gave Neymar access. Strategy gave him control. And control is what separates wealth from freedom. This isn't just a luxurious life, it's a life without boundaries.